Hi, I'm Jo. I've been doing the BodyMinded course this year. So we've done 2 intensives so far. First one looking at the trunk, so our central sort of structure, and then the most recent one was arms. So I'm really looking forward to the upcoming course in about 4 weeks, where we will be looking at our legs and sort of wrapping up the course. What I've been doing with students, which I found really interesting for both me as a teacher and for them, is getting them to be a little bit more self-aware. So we've been taking videos in the lessons of them playing and then reviewing them, or we've been using mirrors and things for feedback. And it's getting the kids primarily to look at what they're doing in terms of posture, because a lot of them collapse down into their hips. They sort of jut their pelvis forward, coming back with their shoulders. It's almost as if they're moving away from their instruments and then they're trying to play. So we're looking at that and then trying to ask the students, how would you move from that position back to something that's a little bit more feeling like it's growing tall or going up? And what does that actually mean, the concept of standing straight? And it's getting them to try and move into that position, or if I demonstrate a hunch position, having them suggest to me how I might move out of it. So that's been really good, and a lot of kids have sort of really realized, oh, I didn't realize I played like that. So for them to be able to think about, they can just video themselves at home. They have the technology these days to do that, and they can check in on themselves all the time. Or an idea is to set a timer while they're practicing, and when that alarm goes off, to just stand still and just have a little think and go, can I create some more space here between my hips and my armpits, or have I really crouched down? What do I feel my neck is doing? Am I jutting forward to the instrument? Or if I move myself forward, dropping the head, can I then think about the head rising up to the ceiling? Little ideas like that. And then checking in with what that difference that does actually to the sound or their comfort in playing. And most of the time they say, wow, I can actually play easier and better. Other little things about the idea of direction of up for air, and that's getting the kids to think about how they breathe, like what the system in their body is, like what that action is to actually breathe, what moves when, and a lot of them sort of thinking that they're breathing sort of just through here. The difference between nose and mouth breathing and what that can create, the idea of can you expand everywhere, not just the feeling of, oh, I want to get air down here. Then what do we do with that air? Well, they go, well, it needs to come out there. Well, first of all, it's got to actually come up. And that idea helps them actually sort of grow up within themselves. And then the air being able to come through here, and for us as wind players, resonate for their reed. And then a final sort of thing that's we've really been checking in on is hand positions, and being able to get them away from their locked system on their instrument, and think, how do I move my hand in normal everyday life that I can then go, oh, I can do that. I can turn a doorknob. So in order for me to actually reach some keys, I don't need to lift my whole shoulder arm system. I actually just need to rotate at the wrist. So it's simplifying some actions down, but it's getting a lot of more interaction within the lesson of the student, for me, getting sort of feedback together off each other. And I think that's been fantastic for both of us, and we've really seen some changes. So it's been really fun. Thanks.